Hi guys, welcome back to PBTV, and as you can see, I've brought something different out today. We've not looked at sniper rifles for some time. We've usually been sticking to the gas rifles or the AEGs for a while, but we have had Delta Armory's new M24 R700 bolt action rifles in for a little bit now, and they disappear really, really quick. So now that we've got them back for a little bit, we thought we'd jump one on the table, have a little chat about it, take it to our outdoor range, maybe throw a run cam on it, show you some different specs about it, because we've had a few comments and things, especially recently, about jewel creep and sort of the FPS that's on an item on the website and what you can actually expect out of it when you actually get it onto a field and what to be aware of, especially with bolt action platforms. So I will start at the front, work my way back, and then we'll deep dive inside and just have a little chat about power limits and things like that. So with the M24, we do have a fluted barrel on here. You can see these lines that come down the barrel here. Again, in real world, it's to add surface area so the barrel cools more. In airsoft, it's mainly just for looks. It's not really offering too much weight saving. It is a little bit, but not an over amount. It's just purely for looks. On the front, we do have a little threaded end, so you can take this end cap off. There are adapters that allow you to then put suppressors and tracer units and various different things on the front. Make sure you are getting the right one. Pretty much every sniper rifle out there has a different cap, needs a different thread. So I think when we took this out, we measured it. It's about 18.5 millimeter wide, so make sure you are getting the right one and the thread pitch is the same. We are under the impression that it is very similar to the Modify one, and you can usually tell by how wide the threads are on that. When you are taking this on and off, the adapter on the end, the actual inner barrel sits slightly in that cap. So if the inner barrel is sort of off to one side and you start screwing it in and you push your barrel back, you could damage the hop system, so make sure it sits in there. It's almost like a little floating spacer so that the barrel is straight and true all the way through and not off to one side. So it's just something to be aware of whilst you take in the cap on and off. And again, with suppressors and tracer units, when you put in that adapter back on, that the barrel goes into it and acts like the spacer it is meant to be. Coming further back, this is where your hop adjuster is. This little tab here, all the way forward, is off, and pulling it back, it gets stiffer and stiffer. Normally, by the time you get to the centre bit, that's about where you want to be to start when you're adjusting your hop. Put it about there, and then you can push it forwards or backwards when you're adjusting it. When we did the chronoing on this and the power limits, we did do it with the hop off so that we can make sure we're getting an even sort of power, because if we were setting the hop for each different weight, it would be sort of slightly different and you wouldn't get an accurate reading. Underneath, we do have a Harris bipod lug and the magazine here. Popping the magazine out with the switch there, you do get this sort of semi-proprietary style mag. You will see a lot of magazines that look like this, but they're various different sizes, so make sure you are getting the right one. So make sure you do get the Delta Armory M24 version so that it does fit correctly, because there's different sizes in body, and as you can see, it tapers. There's different length stubs for where the BB goes, and the actual spring part here is on different sizes as well. If one of them parts is different, it will not fit the platform. You do get 24 rounds in there, and as you can see back here, there is the fake sort of shell door on what would be where the rounds sit on the real variant. Flipping the rifle over, we obviously have the cocking handle and the safety. When it's pushed all the way forward, that is fire, and when it is all the way back, that is safe. The idea is you can just tap it forward and then loose a round off. I will show a couple of things outdoors that become quite a common thing with people running sniper rifles for the time, that they pull it up and hold onto the handle and pull it back like this. This forces the bolt to be pushed and rub on one side. The better thing to do is put your thumb across. I will show this a little bit easier when we're on the range, and you'll find the pull and the draw a lot easier and a lot smoother. Obviously, we have put the 1-to-5x5 Delta Armory optic on the top here, mainly because it has a little bit of rail in here, so when we put the run cam on, we've got somewhere to mount it rather than putting it down in front of the optic. But we do have a single piece of riz going across the top of the receiver here. We've put a little bit of tape on there. That's just to stop it getting scratched. But again, LVPO size, so you can get multiple different options of optic on here. Sometimes if you have a two-piece, you are limited to your high or low rise standard mounts. But as you can see, we've thrown a cantilever on here because the two mounting screws are at the back, making it very, very convenient whether or not you're wanting to run a dot sight, a fixed, variable zoom, absolutely anything you want. Having that single piece of riz gives you all the options. The receiver itself, it's obviously like high density polymer. It is rock solid in build, and you will find the screws to attach the receiver there, and the whiz is one at the front as well. When you are getting these, they do come disassembled in the box, and you will have these 3 screws. Make sure you are putting them in the right one, and obviously it's the small hex at the front, the 2 larger ones at the back. When you screw them in, you need to make sure that the short one is at the front and the long one's at the back, purely because you don't want to be screwing into your receiver and damaging your bolt system. We do have a rubber buttstock. Again, this is a fixed platform. There's no adjustments on it. It's about 110 centimeters in length. Again, if you're going to add a suppressor, you can add length to it. Unloaded, so without the optic on or anything like that, it's about 2.8, so a sub 3 kilo bolt action. Very, very comfortable. There aren't many sling points unless you're wanting to add one to the riz, or if you're wanting to get yourself a sort of stock wraparound variant or a barrel wraparound variant. So this kind of thing it's going to be sort of focused towards people that are definitely using the bolty as their sole primary in your hands all the time. It's not going to be slung or put to one side. I know a lot of people take a sniper out as a sort of backup. They run with their assault platform, and if they hit a fixed position, that's when they can get the bolty out. This is for someone who is running this all day, maybe has like an SMG or a pistol as a backup, and this is just in their hands all the time. Very, very quick adjustments on the hop. Really easy to get sights down range, and it's really, really comfortable and ergonomic with that sort of 2.8 kilo weight. So internally, we do have a VSR style hop rubber in here. So if you're looking for upgrades or adjustments, you can put anything that is GBB or VSR compatible hop rubber in here. What we have looked at, though, is obviously when we got these, they're sitting around 400 FPS on a 0.2, which as a bolt action, people might look at and go, oh, I want the 500. So what we did earlier is we put some heavier weights in it. So at 400 FPS, that's about 1.49, 1.5 joules, and you're allowed 2.3 with bolt actions. So I've put some 3s in it just to see what it was doing, and it immediately went to 350 FPS on the 0.3s. That makes it 1.7 joules. So increasing the weight has increased the power, but obviously the speed has gone down. This is what we refer to as joule creep. And again, that's with the hop off, so you could get a better air seal and a slightly different power when you actually set this thing for the weight that you're using. So again, out the box with the hop rubber that we're getting here, 1.7 joule, you're going to get some great results. We're going to show you on the range outdoors what this thing's like, but a simple hop change or something like that, if you wanted to push this to maybe 4s or 4.3s, and again, you can quite easily do a spring change as well if you are wanting to go up to that actual sniper power limit and get to that 2 to 2.3. Very easy to do, but make sure you do consult a tech if you don't know what you're doing, and get a professional to do it. So yeah, inside as well, we've got that VSR style hot bucking. It is a 6.08 barrel in here, so we'll see what that does for accuracy and range in the long run. Again, tight bores and things like that will add a bit of power and a bit of grouping, but the overall range itself shouldn't really be affected. And it is a 490mm barrel in here, so it's going to be really impressive outdoors. I think I'm quite excited to see what this thing does at our 65-meter range. And there's plenty of CNC parts in here with the 90-degree sear and all that kind of stuff. So the only things that really you're wanting to consider changing on this, once you've had a game with it, because again, if you're getting this, playing with it, you want to understand what you want to adjust. Are you trying to get more range, accuracy, or anything like that? Are you going to change the barrel or the hop, or just set it as it is and just be comfortable with the range that you're getting of it? So we're going to load this up. We're going to put some 0.3s in it, take it to the 65-meter range. We will throw the run cam on it just so you can see the flight travel of the rounds that we're throwing down range, and then we'll come back and have a little sign off. So join me on our range in a second. Hi guys, so we've made it outside with the M24. We have put the 40mm run cam on and we've set the optic. We're on about 50% hop and we are running 0.3s. So again, you could tweak this more if you want to push the sort of limits of this thing. You could go up a bit of weight. What I was talking about in the studio about racking sniper rifles, what we see a lot is when people are ready to rack, they'll pull the bolt up, hold it like this and pull across. As you can see, the bolt is then getting pushed to the side of the platform. What I tell people to do is put your thumb across the other side, and it's a straight drawback, nice and easy, and you move less of your body. So if you're in a static position, hidden, you will actually move less of your body as well. So we're going to take some shots at our far target. We do have the man-sized target about 65 metres, and we do have about an A4 target just in the trees at about 70 metres. So we might take a couple of pot shots at that. So at our 65 metre target, little low on that one. Nice and clean on that. Might just need a little bit more hop. Might have been knocked just as we were filming, so we'll try it again. Nice. Let's risk it and go for... whiskered. We'll give it one more shot. Ooh, whiskered. Maybe might need someone who's a little bit of a better shot, but for something out of the box, so impressive with this thing. We'll get it back on the desk, we'll look at the run cam footage and you can make up your own mind. But join me back in the studio in a minute. So we're back at the table, guys, and I can't say I'm not impressed with the Delta Armory M24. The 0.3s, perfectly fine. We're quite comfortably hitting the man-sized target. Off camera, I will state that I hit the sniper target twice in a row, but it never happens when you're actually recording. You'll just have to believe me. We also did some post-filming, just testing, just to see what this thing could do, and we didn't go all the way up to 4s, and it was starting to struggle with the 4s, so we do think 3s, we were getting the best results with range, accuracy, consistency, but with it having that VSR compatibility with hop, barrel, all the parts inside, maybe a slightly... higher magnification in optic. I think this thing is an incredible base platform to getting to the sniping sort of style of gameplay, extremely budget friendly with great results just out the box. One thing we will note as well, out the box, the RIS rail, we were getting some sort of slight wingers and we thought it was the optic. We actually found that the screws in there weren't fully tightened down, so do check that it is your rail system at the top there. Just give them a little tweak. It's just a little Allen key mounting, and it was fine after that. Even in the sort of stillness of it was, you got that 608, expecting maybe a couple of wingers or anything like that, maybe the odd tail off shot, but very, very impressed with this thing out the box, and it is probably one of the best base platforms we've seen with the sort of options that you have of upgrading with this thing, and we know that people love to upgrade out the box. So if that is everything for today, thank you very much for watching. Let us know down below. We've got loads of these tan ones left, and we were talking in the office earlier that if we were going to sort of build and paint and camo up a bolt action, personally I'd start with a tan base like this. What would you do? Would you scrim it? Would you paint it? How would you set your platform up? What kind of magnification would you use? And what upgrades would you look to do to the M24? Let us know down below. And if that is everything for today, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.